See, that's how Esau get out, man. Before I start calling all y'all about Shalom to the elect. You see, day by day, Esau shit crumbling. All they little stuff they got set up. Let me go to this precept. So like it. This book of Jeremiah chapter 49 verse 15 it says, "For lo, I will make thee small among the heathen and despised among man." Look at what's going on, which I said I was going to speak on this in another video. Look at what's going on with Esau, man. These nations so fed up, everybody been ditching the US dollar. They trying their best to ditch the US dollar. That's why Esau got to roll out this charagma next, because they can't have these other countries trying to get the top currency and the top financial system. So they got to put something in motion. So that's coming soon, man. And it's third world coming, because a lot of these other nations, they not going to be with that charagma shit. They not finna take that. They not finna just put nothing in there. A lot of them ain't want to take the you know what. When the pandemic happened. Let me see what other precept I want to get. But yeah, let me read some more into this. Look at Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 16. It says, "Thy terribleness hath deceived thee," because Esau been being terrible around the world, raping, robbing, stealing, bombing, all that shit. And ain't nobody been doing nothing going against him. Now, that shit is changing now. It says, "In the pride of thine heart, O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, that holdest the height of the hill, though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle." That's how you know who's talking about. When you look up history, go all the way back to ancient Rome, even Greece, up until now. One of the primary symbols of Esau, America, and the old ancient nations was the eagle on the coin. Now it's on the dollar and the coin. It says, "I will bring thee down from thence, saith Adonai." It says, "Also Edom shall be a desolation. Everyone that go by shall be astonished, and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof, as in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, and the neighbor cities thereof, saith the Lord. No man shall abide there, neither shall the Son of Man dwell in it." So all you people that's building bunkers and shit in the Ozarks, Arkansas and shit, and Colorado and Arizona and all these other little places, think y'all just gonna dig a damn bunker and come back out and build Babylon up. That shit not finna go down. You look at ancient Sodom and Gomorrah, they might dwell over there. When them scientists go over there and dig that soil up, so like it, and do their experiments, and light that shit on fire and that fire turn purple. That, hey, ain't nobody living over there. But desert creatures and shit, owls and scorpions and fucking snakes and shit like that, cactuses out, that type of stuff. Ain't no person gonna dwell over here in Babylon. A lot of people think this place gonna keep going on, the same old shit, day to day, 9 to 5, get old, retire, and die. That bullshit. No, that's not finna keep going on like that. Now it says, "Behold, he shall come out like a lion from the swelling of Jordan against the habitation of the strong, but I will suddenly make him run away from her. And who is a chosen man that I may appoint over her? For who is like me, and who will appoint me the time? Who is that shepherd that will stand before me? Therefore hear the counsel of the Lord, that he hath taken against Edom as purposes, that he hath proposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them." Now look, now this ain't happened yet. It's been stuff going on over in Israel, but it's about to pop off. And you see, you got more stuff going on. I was checking out some of these videos. I ain't gonna play that actual video because it's a little bit longer. I just want to play that one. But look at this right here. U.S. announces 345 million weapons package. Now, why are they sending this shit over there and they got companies closing down, but they sending money for weapons, though, to another foreign country? When that country going, circling the fucking drain? Now, let me let this play. Hold on, where's the other video at? No, never mind. So like it says how we're trying to react. Hey, the most I can put the spirit on China to react. Moab ain't forget about a lot of that shit. Ammon, Them Japanese, they ain't forget about the Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombers. That's why in the spiritual, because they don't brought that movie back out, that Oppenheimer movie. And you best fucking believe Moab and Ammon, they've been watching the movies and talk about they want revenge. They probably ain't been posting that shit like that. I guarantee they want to get their revenge. But now you got the U.S. using, so like, let me pause that. You got the U.S. using Taiwan as a pawn in this whole little shit that they got going on. But Esau about to get checkmated. It's just a matter of time. And what happened? What happened in ancient Rome? And they sent their military away, stretched their military out there. They shit collapsed. They couldn't protect their main homeland, and their funds was running out. So they was doing bullshit and try to keep stuff propped up. You see, that's gonna cost Esau trying to be fucking proud and do all that bullshit. Let me finish reading this and I'll get ready to end this video. Now it says, back where it was at, let me see, verse 20, book of Jeremiah chapter 49. It says, therefore hear the counsel of the Lord they have taken against Edom, and his purposes that he have proposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. See, this is another second event. And if you go back to some of my older videos, I've been mentioning this. I'm like, the U.S. finna start stirring up some more shit over there in Taiwan. Then it's gonna spread over, and they're gonna stir up some more shit over there with them Persians and them Amalekites over there. It's just a matter of time, man. Because stuff been going down over there too. I got to check on some more videos. You're ready to leave the plantation, so I was just checking the news, looking at previous videos that I had saved for later. And I want to do some homework real quick. But once that stuff gets stirred up even more, shit's just gonna be happening quicker. You're gonna look up, they're gonna be talking more about nuclear arms and all type of shit like that. Because they talked about it for a minute, now you don't hear too much about it, except for from that movie, the Robert Oppenheimer movie. I said, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out, surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. The earth is moved at the noise of their fall, and the cry of the noise thereof was heard in the Red Sea. Why? Because that stuff gonna go on over there in that region. And why the earth gonna move, like the scripture say, the earth should move real to and fro like a drunkard, because once the nukes start flying and dropping, them bombs, they gonna shake up the earth. Go to verse 22. It says, behold, he shall come up and fly as the eagle and spread his wings over Basra. And at that day shall the heart of the mighty man of Edom be as the heart of a woman in her pains. Because Esau proud, so they feel like their military can stop every fucking thing. They can do this and do that. But in reality, when these prophecies take to pass, their true spirit gonna show. But this is a spiritual thing that's going on. It started in the spiritual realm, and then it trickle down in the physical. Now the scriptures say, let thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So stuff's getting orchestrated up in the heavens, then it plays out on the earth. Now let me see. Go to the book of Obadiah real quick. See right here where it said at the top? Esau will be humble. Hold on. Oh, Salaki, I ain't trying to do that. Yeah, I got a little too excited. It's always good to see Esau get humble. This book of Obadiah says, the vision of Obadiah, thus saith Adawan concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. You see Esau getting despised all over the planet right now. The only thing that's backing Esau up is these other Edomites, like the French and Great Britain and these different other areas that they are in alliance with. NATO, that shit, that EU shit. Man, hey, they're gonna turn on them though, because they're gonna realize, hold on, they over here closer to this other nation that's helping these other nations out. We need to get in alliance with them. So let me read on some more. It says, the pride of thy heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground. Because most Americans think this place can't get brought down. Like, they always say, oh, they can never invade us, or they can never do this, do that to this place. But through the Spirit, it can be done. When that spiritual hedge is gone, anything is possible. Verse 4 says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith Adawan. If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? For they have not stolen till they had enough. If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? And these are how his ways and his things sought up. We do our homework, do our due diligence, apply these precepts, compare and contrast these precepts, research the history of who's who, where they come from, where they descend from, what they doing now, and the characteristics they had then that they still carry on to this day. And it's plain as day to see who is who and what's about to take place. With the Spirit dealing with you. Now in verse 7 it says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The man that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Shall I not in that day, saith Adawan, even destroy the wise men out of Edom and understanding that amount of Esau? What you see going on, because you look at our president, that devil, you look at him, he's not wise. That motherfucker can barely stand the fuck up. He could barely speak. And I seen in one video, the dude damn near having a fucking stroke, a seizure on TV, on live TV. They had to get ready to grab him and pull him off the stage, man. So the wise man, let me see if I can find that shit real quick, because I was cracking up at that shit. Oh, here it goes. So, hey, as soon as I was getting ready to pull it up, look at him. Look how they looking behind them. They giggling and shit. This guy threw up there. He don't know if he on Earth or the moon. Oh man, hey. Call all your high about y'all shout, man. These been the people that's been ruling and controlling the resources and doing all this fuckery around the earth. And it's good to see this type of shit happening to them, man. Look at him. He don't know where the fuck where he going at. He don't know where he going at. He don't know whether to go to the front or the back. So look, man, these precepts don't lie, man. Esau ain't write this. They might have republished the book, but they ain't write it. Now, where is that? Let me see. Back in verse 8, shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise man out of Edom and the understanding out of the mount of Esau? And thy mighty man, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. But thy violence against thy brother Jacob shall shame cover thee. Jacob, shame shall cover thee, Salakia, and thou shalt be cut off forever. And Esau been real shameful too. They've been bowing down, want to kiss shoes and shit, want to offer goodies, all types of stuff. Now the descendants of Esau, they feel guilty now. That shame covering their ass. Salakia. Let me read on some more. Verse 11 says, in the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captives his forces, and foreigners into his gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou was one of them. But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger, neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction. Because I see this post recently, somebody posted something, I should have saved it. It just made it the main picture of this shit. If I can find it, I'm gonna pull it up. I have to go dig back through Twitter or something like that. But the guy basically was like, well, the Africans, what you talking about, the Canaanites and Cushites and Hamites and all that, was selling us into slavery, which is correct. Because when you read a story about the Philistines and different stuff like that, that's one of the primary reasons why David fought Goliath and Samson wiped out all them Philistines. And there was other accounts in different stories. The other heathens, they had a hand in it too. Ishmael, the Persians, they had a hand in that. But the main one that really had the most hate and despised their brother the most was Esau red ass. And they weren't supposed to do certain shit they did. Well, let me take that back. Let me correct myself. According to the scriptures, they was going to do certain stuff anyway. But being that was our brother from the same forefather, they weren't supposed to do that shit. They were supposed to show love and help out of any damn thing. Nah, Esau wanted to get a hand in that shit too. So now Esau got to pay even more. Because see, when them heathens did it, they was just being heathens. Esau, it's even a bigger strike to him, because he wasn't supposed to do that. That's why the scripture right here says, but thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger. Neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction. Neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress. Thou shouldest not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity. Yeah, thou shouldest not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. Neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossways to cut off those of his that did escape, because you had a lot of people did escape, but Esau red ass want to be the police every goddamn well. They stood in the way and did they bullshit. It says, neither shouldest thou have delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of distress. Now let me read on some more. I'm going to end this off. It says, for the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head. So you other nations, y'all might not be doing super duper heavy stuff right now to our people, but y'all still got a hand. Y'all still benefit and profit from this shit. They talking about how people profited and benefited from slavery. No, fuck no. These Edomites and these heathens, they benefited the most from slavery, because they get to come over here, get all these grants, they get land, they get stuff that we really should be getting, but our people really don't get. And then you have these other motherfuckers be like, oh well, in our country, we don't say what we supposed to get. We just go get it. You know why y'all allowed to go do that shit? Because Esau helped y'all ass go do that shit. But these Edomites, Esau, they make it practically a damn near, I want to say practically 90% impossible to do certain shit. That's why a lot of people resort to crime and all this other mischief just so they can get by, and they don't want to work no job and do the different stuff, which I understand. But you still have to move using wisdom and apply these scriptures so the Lord will bless you and make sure you're straight while you're over here. But hey, Esau got to drink that cup. They poured a drink, they forgot they got to drink a drink too. They can't just pour that drink and not drink one of their damn self. So it says, verse 16, for as you have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yeah, they shall drink, they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Yahweh shall possess their possessions. That don't sound like everybody's going to be equal when this take place, and everybody's going to be in the same position in this kingdom. Because you have these lies going around, they try to paint, oh, we all going to be one and get along. That's bullshit. Because everybody always talking about karma and you reap what you sow. But why when it come to our people, can't nobody reap what they sow, or they can't receive no karma? That's hypocrisy. That's bullshit. Now, verse 18, it says, in the house of Yaquab shall be a fire, in the house of Yahusat a flame, and the house of Esau for a stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there should not be any remaining in the house of Esau. And this is going to happen, man. First, Esau got to work first. Esau got to build our shit up. That's what Esau got. They're going to have full employment, 100% employment rate for Esau. Nobody jobless. And the finders of their women more than likely going to be concubines if Akim desire that. Now, it says, for the Lord hath spoken it, and they out of the south shall possess the mount of Esau, and they the plain of the Philistines. If they got to pay, man. The people talking about them African soldiers, the primary ones is the fucking stink, dirty, tall, giant Philistines. They got to pay for that shit. Now it says, and they shall possess the fields of Ephraim, and the fields of Samaria, and Benjamin shall possess Gilead, and the captivity of this host of the children of Israel shall possess that of the Canaanites, them stink, dirty Canaanites. They got to pay big time too. It says, even unto Zarephath, and the captivity of Jerusalem, which is in Zarephath, shall possess the cities of the south, and Savior shall come up upon Mount Zion to judge the Mount Esau, and the kingdom shall be the Lord's. And that's what's going to happen, man. That's what we getting ready to approach into. So it's some beautiful times, grim times to the wicked, times to rejoice for the elect, because you know the Most High keep His promise, and that's what we look forward to. Adawan Ratazah. So Adawan Ratazah, this was edifying. Call Allah Yahweh Shalom.